Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul, the owner of the Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford. It's a beautiful winter morning, and I'm glad to be back doing some Rise and Shine Yoga. So as always, let's start in a seated position. Legs can be crossed or your legs can be straight. I want you to bring your palms together in front of your heart. Just close your eyes. Before we begin our practice, it's always a good idea to offer up our practice or dedicate our practice to someone or group of people in need. By doing this, we generate good karma into the world. So not only will we benefit from our practice this morning, but so will our intention. So we're just going to bow our chin to our chest, sealing in this intention, keeping it with us throughout our practice this morning, knowing that we can always come back to it if our mind, our body, our breath maybe isn't working the way we think it should. Just kind of come back to your offering, to the dedication, and hopefully that will give you the inspiration to do the very, very best you can in your practice this morning. And at the end of the day, that's all that is asked, that you just do the very best you can. Then we come back up. Which take your right hand, bring it over by the left ear, and just gently guide the right ear toward the right shoulder, just stretching out the left side of the neck. And gently release your head to center. Take your left hand, bring it over by the right ear. And we're just going to gently bring the left ear toward the left shoulder, stretching out the right side of the neck. And gently bring your head to center. And we're just going to bow our chin to chest, stretching out the back of the neck. And gently bring your head back up. This time take your hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. We're just going to gently squeeze the shoulder blades together and maybe look up to the sky as we stretch out the front part of our chest. And gently release your hands, bring them in front of you. Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, kind of sit back, round the back, stretching out our mid and upper back. And gently release, come back up. This time take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip, your left hand onto the right knee. We're just going to gently twist over to the right. And gently come back to center. This time take your left hand, bring it behind your left hip, your right hand onto the left knee, and we're just going to twist over to the left. And gently come back to center. This time take your right hand, bring it outside your right hip. We're going to bring our left arm up. We're just going to lean over to the right, really extending the left arm over your left ear, stretching out the left side of your abdomen area. And gently come back up to center. And this time, take your left hand outside your left hip. We're going to bring our right arm up. We're just going to lean over to the left, stretching out the right side of our abdomen. And gently come back up. This time we're just going to come to kneeling. So if you have a blanket, maybe just place it onto your mat. If not, no big deal. So we're just going to come to kneel on our knees. Just take a quick look back. Make sure the top of your feet are pressed into the mat. We're just going to sit back on our heels, stretching out the top of our feet, the ligaments of our ankles. And then slowly come back up to kneeling. And this time, get on your tippy toes, bring your feet closer together. We're just going to sit back on our heels, stretching out the muscle underneath our foot called the plantaris. So you may have heard of plantar fasciitis, and that's the muscle that's affected the plantaris. So this is a good stretch, just stretching out that muscle. And gently come up to kneeling, and we'll see you back in our next segment, continuing with our practice this morning.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles. Did you know that Charter Channel 191 and AT&T Channel 99 are the only television stations you can find all the events and news just for you?
Oxford News This Week is your news closer to home. Catch us right here weekdays at noon, 6:30 and 11 p.m. and weekends at noon and 11 p.m. See you there.
Welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Starting in a kneeling position, kneeling on your left knee. I want you to bring your right foot out into a lunge. Then I want you to take your hands, place them on top of the right thigh. We're just going to gently lean forward. And gently, slowly come back up to kneeling. Kneeling on your right knee. Bring your left leg out into a lunge. Take our hands on top of our left thigh. We're just going to gently lean forward again. And very gently come back up to kneeling. And then we're going to come into tabletop, hands and knees pose, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So with a flat back, I want you to bring the big toes of your feet together. We're going to sit back on our heels, extend the arms forward. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat for child's pose. Then very gently come back up, tabletop, hands and knees pose. We're going to bring our knees back maybe an inch or two. We're going to lift up our hips, uncurl our toes, press our heels toward the ground for our first down dog of the morning. Hands really pressed into the mat, letting the head drop between your arms. And you may want to pick up one foot, then the other, or the heels, just kind of bicycling the back of the calves, just stretching them out. Then look between your hands, bend your knees, walk, step your feet to the front. Then we're going to come all the way up to standing, sweeping the arms up. Then bring the palms together. So I want you to take a wide step, or widen your stance so your feet kind of off the mat. We'll bring our arms out to a T. We'll bring our nice inhale through the nose. Exhale the hands to the waist. Then we're going to inhale a little back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together. As we exhale, gently fold forward, let the head drop. Maybe the hands come into the middle of the mat. And you can have a little bend in the knees. And then bring your hands to the waist. Very slowly come all the way back up. Bring your arms out to a T. Another inhale through the nose. Exhale the hands to the waist. Inhale a little back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as we fold forward, I want you to keep your hands on the waist. Just let your head drop. And again, you can have a little bend in the knees. I want you to concentrate on bringing those shoulder blades together, squeezing those elbows together, getting the upper back nice and strong. And very gently come all the way up to standing and bring your arms out to a T. I'll just bring both feet to the front of the mat, palms together. Then we're just going to do a couple balance poses. So a couple things with balance poses. Some people like to stand on the mat. Some people like to stand on the floor. It's really a personal preference. Then also try to look at something not moving. So it kind of helps with your balance. And then finally, if you start to weeble or wobble, just kind of breathe, kind of relax, because the more we fight the pose, the more our body, it's harder to do the pose. So we're starting on our left side. So really press your left foot firmly into the mat, hands to the waist. And we're just going to inhale our right knee up and hold it. And then gently release it to the ground. Shake it up. We'll do one more on that side. Again, press your left foot firmly into the mat. Hands to the waist. We're going to inhale the right knee up. Then we're going to take our hands, wrap them around the right knee, maybe pull it up to the chest. And then gently release. Shake it out. And then we'll do those poses on the other side. Press the right foot firmly into the mat. Hands to the waist. And inhale the left knee up. Hold it. And gently release it back to the ground. And we'll just do that one additional pose. Press the right foot firmly into the mat. Inhale the left knee up. And take your hands, wrap it around the left knee. Pull it up to the chest. And gently release, shake it out. This ends our segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, drink of water, and then we'll finish up with our seated poses in our final segment.
Hi, I'm Connie from Connie's Kitchen here at Treetop Lodge. Come up and join me for a relaxing afternoon or an evening or a weekend. This is one of my favorite places to come when the lodge is quiet. I'm down in the gathering room, I've got the woods behind me, the deer will be coming in soon. It's just a very peaceful place to spend a little time with my friend Alistair. So join me here at the lodge, join me on OCTV, and let's have some fun together and relax. Regardless of the weather, we're always here. See you soon.
Welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. We're just going to finish off, or start off in our final segment with a standing pose. Stand, feet hip distance apart, palms together. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. Step your left foot back. Put a lunge in the right knee. Arms are up nice and strong. It's called Warrior One. Just take a quick look. Make sure you can see your toes. Arms are strong, so pretend you're holding, say, a beach ball between your hands. That's how strong we want our arms to be. Keep your arms where they are. Step your left foot to the front, and then we're going to bring our right foot back, doing the other side. Again, putting a lunge in the left knee, making sure you can see your left toes. Arms are nice and strong. And keeping your arms where they are. Step your right foot to the front, and then we'll bring our palms together. So we'll do one more standing pose before we transition into our seated poses. I want you to bring your feet close together. They don't have to be touching, just close together. Start with our palms together. Inhale the arms up. We're going to sit down into a chair. Take a quick look. Make sure you can see your toes. And straighten your legs. Bring your palms together. I'll just do one final one. Just widen your feet. They may come off the mat. We're just going to come down into a Buddha squat. Maybe your heels touch the mat, maybe not. Bring your right hand behind your right hip, left behind the left, all the way down to seated. Start with your legs extended. And then we're just going to widen our feet. Have the toes pointing to the sky. Bring your hands behind your hips. And just gently press yourself forward. Then take a nice inhale. Bring the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward, really reaching those hands onto the mat. Making sure the toes are pointing to the sky. And very slowly, very gently come back up. This time bring your legs in front of you. Then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. I want you to try to bring the feet as close to your body as you can. You can take your hands, wrap them around your feet. You're going to try to open your feet up like a book. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. So there's two parts to this. So we're going to take a nice inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, just bow your chin to chest. And then gently bring your head back up. Another inhale through the nose. As you exhale, gently fold forward, keeping a flat back. Very gently come back up and release your legs, straighten the legs. Then we're going to make our way to lie all the way onto our back. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the mat. This time we're going to take our hands on the outside of our hips. And we're just going to do a bridge pose or two. So with your hands pressed into the mat, we're just going to inhale the hips up, making sure our hips are up. We don't want our hips to sag. That puts too much pressure on our lower back. Today I also want you to concentrate on keeping the legs engaged. So pretend you have a beach ball between the legs. Just making sure you don't drop it. That's how engaged we want the legs to be. And then gently lower your hips down to the mat. And bring your knees into the chest, squeezing them in, maybe rocking side to side. And I want you to bring your arms out to a T and just let your knees fall gently over to the right for a spinal twist. And gently bring the knees to center. And let the knees drop gently over to the left. Doing the other side. And then bring your knees to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock side to side. And then make your way up to a seated pose. This ends our session of Rise and Shine Yoga. I want to wish you a great week and thank you again for joining me. And we'll see you back soon for another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga.
At Oakland County Parks and Recreation, we value what you value: family relationships, community connections, good health, environmental stewardship, and economic stability. Oakland County residents and businesses have invested in preserving nearly 7,000 acres of parkland. Since 1966, 13 parks and golf courses have been acquired, maintained, and improved. Oakland County parks and facilities are made possible by millage funds supported by Oakland County residents. For a home valued at $200,000, the homeowner pays less than $25 per year to support the Oakland County parks. With every generation, families create lifelong memories at Oakland County's award-winning parks. From exciting summer escapades and stories around the campfire to brisk fall walks on wooded trails and snowy winter outings, the outdoors beckons year-round. It's time to get up, get out, and get going at the Oakland County parks. Active recreation options abound. Cross-country ski or mountain bike on tree-lined trails. Scale the rock climbing wall. Get your kicks with soccer at several sports fields. Row or paddle a boat on 4 picturesque inland lakes. It's an easy journey. Most parks are just a short drive away. A quick tip: all our parks and golf courses end in Oaks. To find your favorite, just go to destinationoakland.com.
Hi, I'm Connie from Connie's Kitchen here at Treetop Lodge. Come up and join me for a relaxing afternoon or an evening or a weekend. This is one of my favorite places to come when the lodge is quiet. I'm down in the gathering room. I've got the woods behind me. The deer will be coming in soon. It's just a very peaceful place to spend a little time with my friend Alistair. So join me here at the lodge, join me on OCTV, and let's have some fun together and relax. Regardless of the weather, we're always here. See you soon.
Oxford Orient Fish helps provide emergency aid to the people of Oxford, Ligorian, Addison, and Oakland Townships. One of the only self-served food banks in the state, Oxford Orient Fish provides once-a-month food supplies based on the size of the family. To donate, volunteer, or to find out more, call Oxford Orient Fish at 248-628-3933 or go to their website, oxfordorientfish.org. Oxford Orient Fish, neighbors helping neighbors.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.